Hello and welcome to the call. I'm Megan. For all of those of you who I haven't met in person yet, I think most of you I have. So we are going to do a quick, hopefully quick, ambassador training. Basically, things that I have done that have helped me be successful with my Plexus business, and just I feel like tools to kind of put in your tool belt. Some of this, or maybe all of it, you guys are already doing, but I feel like this is like from the get-go, from the start of your journey, things that will help you be successful. So I have 8 points that we're going to go through. If you need to grab a pen and pencil or pen and paper, definitely do that because you might want to jot down some notes. But first of all, I just want to say I'm so proud of you guys because you have caught the vision for what this can be, what Plexus can be, what it can be for your family and for the future. So thrilled to be on this journey with more new people. It's awesome. So I will just, I'll just say, when at the beginning of your journey, you have to view yourself as that you're in Plexus college. Okay. So a normal degree takes about 4 years. And I was listening to some training on this, and the guy that was teaching said, when you graduate from college, a normal kind of average income of a college graduate is about $30,000 a year. Now, Plexus ambassadors are ranking up and making way more than that per year. Okay, some people are even making that per month or more per month, which is ridiculously, incredibly crazy. But network marketing, that can happen. And if you work it and work it smart and give it time, you can build a team and create residual income and all that. So totally doable, but on the front end, there's a lot of training that you'll have to put yourself through. And since this is your own business, it's one of those things where the consistent daily effort and focus on learning the products, learning the business, learning the compensation plan, learning how to just basics of network marketing. I mean, I am learning with all of you guys. So I have my book here I'm reading currently. Just a lot of things to learn, but it's fun stuff. It's fun learning. And yeah, I feel like I'm learning something every day. So still, and when I first started Plexus, I just submerged myself into learning, and I have pretty much ever since I started. But what was so interesting to me was the products, and that's what I researched, that's what I studied, that's what I just listened to a lot of informational calls about. And then as I started looking at the business side and more people started joining my team, then it was like, okay, I'm going to have to learn the business aspect as well. So the number one thing that has benefited my business is prayer. So I just wanted to say that right off the bat, that I feel that this business was dropped in my lap by the Lord, and it was very God-led. And Plexus is so special. I just feel like the Lord has his hand on it in so many different ways, and it's such a blessing to be part of the culture, part of the company of Plexus. So praying in specifics is what I've done. I've prayed specifically that God would bless the efforts, God would magnify the hours in my day to be able to do this, that the Lord would just lead people to Justin and I who need the products, need the business. And we have just, like, in detail, people, that the Lord would bring us people with large networks, that the Lord, just in any specific ways that you can think of praying for your business. Because it's been interesting to me how some people have told me, I've never thought about, committing my work to the Lord or committing something like this and actually praying about it. We think of praying about like huge things, bad things that happen or whatever, disasters. But I believe personally that God cares about every single thing in our lives. And so committing a Plexus business to him and asking him to bless it isn't beyond his control and out of his reach. So anyways, just number one thing, prayer. Number two, I guess I'm kind of off on my numbers here. There's actually 9 points. Number two is the pinned post. On the top of our team page, many of you maybe already did this, but there is a pinned post with a recording that I did on kind of how to get started. And then there are several YouTube links. Tamara Holloway is a Diamond Ambassador in our upline, Jessica Heffley as well. Both of them have great resources in their YouTube channels. I also posted my YouTube channel, which I don't have a lot of videos recorded, but I do have some. And also on our team page, if you look in the photos section and then go into the albums, there's actually a file, an album of videos that I've done for the team page, and they're just short little clips. So those are some great resources. There is something called the High Five. If you search in the little search bar on our team page, that'll pop up. It's kind of the brainchild of Jessica Heffley, and she encourages everyone to be sure they're doing the High Five daily. And basically what it is number one, there's a new ambassador checklist that is in the files of my team page. Number two is written and specific goals. Number three is listening to a video call or reading a personal development book every day. Number four is just scrolling the team pages to see what's going on and posting on Facebook. And then number five is reach outs, follow-ups. Okay, so we're going to kind of unpack some of those things in these next couple points. Okay, so the number three thing that we're going to talk about and kind of camp out for a minute is to establish our why. And we talk about this a lot on the team page, is figure out why you're doing Plexus. And someone said, I've heard it said that you need a why that will make you cry, meaning it needs to be your emotions need to be attached to that. So not just I want to help my family, but specifically, well, how do you want to help your family? Well, maybe you'd like to go on a vacation. Maybe you'd like to be able to fund college. Maybe you would like to have more time freedom so that you're not working a job away from home for 14 hours a day or whatever. Like specifically writing those down, making them visible. That's key. Getting that pen to paper thing is really effective when you're setting, writing down your why and also setting your goals. Now, setting your goals, I was kind of not sure exactly what my goals needed to be when I first started Plexus, but writing something down, just getting it on paper, even if it's not perfect or you don't know if you'll hit the goals, but making a 3, 6, 9, and 12-month plan. And you'll have to kind of have a grasp of the compensation plan to kind of get an idea of where you could be in a year. I would suggest writing down the corporate compensation plan video on YouTube, and also Sonia Dudley. She has a really good one that I've listened to. So just to give you an example, I rewrite my goals and my why. I do it every month, and then I also sometimes have had to remap out my my goals. So I did that up and through 9 months. Okay, so this is an example of my why. So my big why, my overall why, is my health and my family's health, helping others with their health. I also love health and wellness, so this is just an extension and a kind of an outlet for me to be able to do something I love, to empower others to be the best them they can be. My why is also doing this allows teammates and people that are going to come onto the team opportunities that they wouldn't have otherwise had. So and also just sharing what a gift Plexus is. That's my overall why, as well as time freedom, financial freedom, the ability to travel and be able to afford trips to broaden their perspectives, raising all of our kids with both of Justin and I present, for their character and work ethic, education, all of that, to be able to afford lessons for our children. I don't know, just making specific things. I even have some specifics on where we'd like to travel. Okay, and then another thing that I did is to write down my cause, like why outside of me and my family and my team would I do Plexus. And we personally have a real burden for the South Sudan, Nigeria, and Paraguay, and supporting missionaries in those areas. And some people really have a vision for adoption, or there's a whole bunch of, causes you can support. So thinking big, long-term, thinking big goals, thinking things like that. So there's a few areas where you can think about your faith, family, finances, friendships, fitness, and ministry. And writing down things like I wrote down, if time and money were no object, where would we live? What would we drive? Where would the kids go to school? What would we do with our time, with our money, with our impact, influence, and, obviously our goal personally is not to have debt. So kind of thinking in those terms, kind of big picture, broad picture there. So those are some examples of that I've written down. And for my goals, I am now kind of mapping out goals in terms of points for me, because I just have 2 more milestones to hit before I hit the top. So closing in on that second one right now. So I've just mapped that out. And if you need help, reach out to your direct sponsor, and I can help you, or, they can help you figure out, what's doable. Okay, and then the 4th thing is IPA. Okay, we talk a lot about this on the team page, and what that stands for is income producing activities. So Justin was telling me recently, he said, IPA stuff has to be the culture. He said, IPA stuff is not for like the honor roll Plexus people. He said, this is the minimum to graduate. You have to be doing things that are going to grow your business. If you're just wishing and wanting and waiting for someone to ask about Plexus, or to hope someone says something, IPA is some activities that you are doing specifically to grow your business. So I would write down Wendy Larson and Kristen Abart's training video. I posted it over the weekend, and I can bump it back to the top of the team page. They have a training on this sheet that I posted. It's an IPA sheet. Love that, because basically it's a sheet, basically a checklist of things to do a really tight focus on when you're working your Plexus business. I've had people say, I thought I was working my business, but really I wasn't. But I thought I was. So things like scrolling Facebook, checking your back office, things that you need to do as kind of part of this whole network marketing thing. Some of them are not actually growing your business. So you want to make sure that you are focused and doing that first before some of these other things. So listen to her video. It was very, very helpful. It was kind of a daily mode of operation that she went through. It was excellent. So the number one thing for IPA is make a 100 to 300 list. Many of you have already done that, but basically anyone that you can think of that means the products or the business, make lists and add to those lists daily, because I'm sure God will bring people to your mind. You're like, oh, so-and-so struggling with this, or, or you're at the hairdresser and they're like, oh my word, and they're talking about their gut issues or their whatever, cholesterol problems. Just kind of being aware. And then because we have something that works, and I feel obligated, like if I hear someone struggling, how can I not share something that works, So making those lists, I make a new list and then a kind of a follow-up list, or sometimes they're going to kind of intertwine. Now, I will briefly go through that. I made myself a focus sheet because I'm very visual. I like to kind of have a visual of what I need to do every day. So number one thing is pray. I do my positive affirmations. We'll talk about that at the end. Philippians 4:8, things that we're going to think on and dwell on. And then I have a little check mark for Facebook posts. I like to make at least 2 Plexus, 2 non-Plexus per day. Do my happy birthdays. There's some things that happen in Facebook land when you, with the algorithms. I'm not exactly sure how it all works, but commenting on all your friends' happy birthdays. One, it's just thoughtful because it's super fun to see everyone's, saying happy birthday, when it's your birthday. But also commenting on people's pages like that you may not normally interact with on Facebook, especially as you gain tons and tons of friends, it's going to put your information into their news feeds. So it's beneficial on several different levels. The team page, I like to make certain posts on there every day, casting vision and things like that. And then reading a personal development book daily. There's a couple things I do as a jewel that you wouldn't necessarily be needing to do yet. Friending 3 new people on Facebook, relationship building on Facebook, connecting with people just in a friendly way that you haven't talked to in a while, just, friendship building, contacting 5 new people a day. And when I say new, for me personally, that's anyone that hasn't said yes yet. So I loved what Wendy said when she kind of explained that. So it may be someone that you've talked to before, but they just haven't said yes. Follow up with 2. And Wendy in that video said following up means they said they were going to order but just haven't yet. So follow up with those people. 2 a day. And then reaching out to 2 active ambassadors, reaching out to 1 inactive, following up with 1 current customer at least. And then she had a few other things that were beneficial. So I don't want to camp out too long on that, but go listen to that video. It was really helpful to me. I thought they had some really good things to share. Number 5 is master the art of Facebook posting. Okay, some people are naturally better at this than others, but it's a skill that can be learned. So we use Facebook to market because it's free and it's sharing things we love. And before I started Plexus, I shared a bunch of stuff about health and wellness before anyways, because that's just a passion of mine. So it's just an extension of that for me personally. On Facebook, some of you may not be active on it very much. So kind of gaining that activity. So, you're posting about your life, what's interesting to you, what you love, what you value, things that are inspirational, because basically you want to become a person on Facebook that other people want to hear about, learn from you, follow. And that pinned post that I referenced on the first point, I think it's Carissa Casey. I'm pretty sure or actually no, Jessica does a call about posting smart on Facebook. Carissa Casey also has a call. You can go to our team page and search for it, or Team Plexus Provision. She has one called Inspire versus Selling, or I'll have to find it and maybe post it on the team page, but she has a really, really good training on specifically about Facebook posting. And the way Facebook is set up is the more likes and comments that you get, the more it's going to cycle through people's news feeds. So it's a beneficial thing to have people like and comment on that. And so having friends that are Facebook or that are Plexus people that can help support your posts and comment on that is a good thing. Posting consistently on Facebook is really beneficial for your business, because what will happen if you're inconsistent is people naturally assume that means you're not doing Plexus anymore. And so just an FYI. Some people are super, they just post constantly. I don't recommend that. To me, that would be annoying and turning people off. I would rather people post one time a day that's really, really something really educational or informative, inspiring with Plexus, you know what I mean? And have some other interesting things as well to add to your Facebook posting. So it's important. And that's how I've grown my business. I know some people kind of have qualms about, coming out in public on a Facebook page talking about something that they love and value and are selling or, sharing about. But for me personally, I don't get out of the house besides grocery shopping, basically. So growing a business via Facebook, Instagram, social media has proved to be beneficial, and it's worked. And the uplines, that's how they train us to work our businesses. I don't think it's the end all be all. And at some point you have to continue to expand your network. And there's other ways. I mean, if you are a person where you are seeing a lot of people every day, for instance, maybe you're a hairdresser, or some other personal business that you have where you are able to, maybe a personal trainer or something like that, where you're constantly around people face to face, then obviously you can network and share plexus that way as well. But Facebook posting, establishing yourself on Facebook really helps to grow your business, because you don't know who is struggling with health concerns. I had no idea. People started coming out of the woodwork asking me what plexus was and how it could help them and benefit them. So it's important. All right, number 6 is YouTube and books. So here's some names I'm going to give you guys to write down, people to look up on Facebook or on YouTube. Ame Darling, she's a master nutrition therapist. Jennifer Pickett and Jill Werness. And all those ladies are in health and wellness, like nutritionist type people. And they really have a good way of explaining things. You'll probably find other people that you like to follow on YouTube, and that's fine. But those are the top ones that I've followed. Plexus U is the brainchild of Jarrett and Kristen Abart. They have a lot of training videos, a few informational product videos, but love, love, love all those Plexus U videos. Very beneficial for training, and it's one of those things you can kind of like go through many times to just help yourself, train yourself. Diamond documentaries are another one. The very first one I watched was actually Jarrett Abart's, and he was a videographer, very successful one. Prior to Plexus, he's involved with a ministry that we're familiar with. So it's interesting how little connections. And so when I saw his Diamond doc, I was like, maybe this could be us. It gives you those personal stories of people from virtually every demographic, from like crunchy mom, nurse, stay-at-home mom, to there's all sorts of people and all sorts of different family situations and work situations and all that, all across the country. As for books, the top ones that I would recommend is this one. I'm currently reading this one by Sarah Robbins, Rock Your Network Marketing Business, How to Become a Network Marketing Rock Star. She's another one that would be a good one to follow on YouTube. She doesn't work Plexus, but she is a network marketer and has been extremely successful. Love her book because it's easy to read and she's really personable and has good things to share. GoPro is another one by Eric Worre. That was the very first one that I read last fall. And then Millionaire by Halftime, which Justin is currently reading. It's excellent. So some of those books I'm just like, I'm going to have to keep reading over and over just to solidify things. It's one of those things where you can learn to be successful in network marketing by learning from the best. So educating yourself is huge. Personal development books as well. I know we're going through a John Maxwell workbook this month. There's we did one last month called what to say. How does that say? How did that go? What to say when you talk to yourself or something like that. That was actually really good. It was a thing. It was a book that we went through and Jessica Heffley led, and there was a lot of different videos. So if you're interested in learning and doing that, it would be highly beneficial. I'd highly recommend it. It's called September Shift. You can search it on our team page. And yeah, super, super beneficial for what we do. It's all about mindset and how our words and our thoughts impact, our success as whatever we do, basically. So, okay, number 7 is learn to network. Let's see what I wrote here. Oh, using Facebook to your advantage, friending Plexus people, and I would suggest that you follow them. Just click the follow button unless that you have met them in real life or already know them somehow. What happens is you end up getting all these, or at least for me, I've gotten all these friend requests from people that I don't know personally, and So I prefer if people just follow me, unless they're on my team or I've met them in person. So follow Plexus people. Good thing. If you need suggestions, I'm happy to give you my favorite people that I follow. And you can get posting ideas. Some people are really, really super creative, way more creative than I am. And a lot of times I'll just use posts, borrow them, and tweak them and change them a little bit. There's some people that make really pretty graphics, really pretty pictures, so you can use those. I feel like the way we present things on Facebook is huge. So just a thought there. Joining groups is another way to network with people outside of your warm market, people that you know. For instance, joining, for me, homeschool groups, joining like large family groups, cooking, or anything that you're interested in, or gobs and gobs of groups. And I know that Tamara Holloway, she has like 2, 3, or 4 Sapphire and Diamond ambassadors on her team that she met. She did not know prior to Plexus. She met one gal on a work from home group or website and joined her team and just took off with the business. So joining groups to network and just to meet people is a beneficial thing. Acquiring more friends is huge. Just meeting people face to face. I mean, I practice sharing Plexus when I'm out and about. Like yesterday, I was buying groceries and I was so excited just about the opportunity and what we have to offer people that I just asked the lady that was helping me at the grocery counter. I'm like, hey, so have you ever heard about Plexus? And I don't even know exactly what I said, but I'm super excited about it. The products have been such a blessing to our family, and the business opportunity is unmatched. And we just kind of chatted about it, and I ended up giving her a little sample packet. And I think, actually, no, I just gave her a business card. And let's see. 10 minutes left. Okay. So also following and learning from successful people. So finding people that you admire that are successful in network marketing is really good. Yesterday I had a little date with a friend of mine, and I used to teach her kids piano lessons. She's kind of in the stage ahead of me, and I feel like now I'm in her stage. And I just asked her if she would have time to share with me, because she's had kind of a history of network marketing / little home businesses throughout the years. And so she kind of shared her history with me and what she knows about the business. And currently she's in a kind of a boutique clothing business that she's worked for 5 years, and it's put her son through college. She's great at what she does. So finding people like that, even if they're not in your company, finding people that are successful to learn from. Number 8 is utilize 3-way chats, Zooms, and calls. So what happens a lot of times is you may not know all the answers. Someone's like, okay, so what about this ingredient? Or this is what I'm experiencing on the products. Make a little 3-way chat on Facebook. Put your sponsor, you, and then the person that you're chatting with in there, so that you can learn how to coach someone, how to troubleshoot with someone. It also gives that third-party validation to the person that you're chatting with, even for a potential who is interested in the business or the products. Even on Zoom, sometimes we'll hop on these little calls with 2 or 3 people and just chit chat. It's okay not to know the answer. That's why your sponsor is there, so that if you don't know, you can go to someone that does know. And then number 9 is identify fears. I would say this is huge. For me in the beginning, I did not have a lot of belief. As I researched, I knew the products were awesome, but I did not have the belief in network marketing, and I still had a lot of fears that I had to work through myself, because I was scared someone was going to think, oh man, she's just trying to sell stuff. I just had a bad mindset basically about what I was doing. I don't know, just a lot of fears. Jessica Heffley's video about fear, I think she has 2, I listened to over and over again. Those were very beneficial to me. Also, now that I have helped so many people, I have rock solid belief that the products work and the compensation plan is just outstanding. So I feel like I'm presenting things from a place of confidence and belief that I didn't have when I started. Just because it's not Joe Schmo that lives in Texas that has had this these great results. This is my mom. This is my grandma, my aunt, my Justin's boss at work. People that we know having wonderful, wonderful things happen with the products, and then with the business opportunity as well. I mean, there's a lot of people on our team making a very wonderful income. So anyways, we're standing from a place of belief that we didn't have at the beginning, but you can build that, okay, by learning and asking questions and things like that. Affirmations are huge. And this is something that we learned in that September shift. If you don't have the Repeat It Again app on your phone, I would highly recommend getting that and recording yourself and your affirmations. I have a list of affirmations, things that I am telling myself and believing. And it's easy for fears and doubts to creep in. And so combating that with truth and combating that with what we are going to do, what we are, not being kind of prisoner to what's in our mind, the thoughts that are in our minds. Taking every thought captive. That's a scriptural thing. But I love what Sarah Robbins said about our words. She was talking about how much she grew as a person, and I feel like Plexus is doing that for me. I'm growing so much. But she says she used to say things to herself like, or even say things out loud like, oh, nobody's joining my team, or everyone's quitting, wouldn't you know? And she said that's exactly what was happening. She said, through personal development, I learned that your words are seeds. Words are capable of bringing a harvest in your life, good or bad. My words were either going to be fertilizer to my growing dream, or they would poison it. Personal development took me on a 2-year journey into a deep discovery about the power of my thoughts and words. And so she just goes on to kind of share about that. But I really, truly believe that our words have a huge impact on us, on our level of success, even with our children. I mean, I see it applicable in so many different areas. So I guess my last little tidbit here is to not compare your journey. Some people's journeys are spread out over a longer period of time. Other people flash up to the top super fast or flash up to certain ranks, and everyone has their specific journey. Everyone has their specific goals and their pace that they're working at, and that is totally fine. My goal is to help all of you and the people that are on our team is to help them achieve their goals and to support, all of you for what you guys want from this business. So that being said, how about if we open it up for a few questions? We have 3 minutes left. And if any of you have something that you're just dying to ask or know about, why don't let me try to unmute all of us and see what happens. If it's too loud, then I'll mute again and you guys can just unmute yourself. Okay. Who has a question? Anyone? Anything you're dying to ask about? Questions, fears, concerns? Anything I said that did not really make sense?
I need help, Megan, with my back office.
Okay. Hang on, let me mute all because I feel like there's a lot of feedback. And then can you unmute yourself?
Here I am.
Okay, there you are.
Okay. Christy has signed up someone and it's not showing up in the back office. Where can I go to look to find out what she hasn't done or how we do that? And then I have also with Jeff, he's got a conditional back order and it shows, but it's not showing up when I check those people in my leg.
Okay. When I get done here, let's FaceTime and I'll help you do that.
Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else real quick have a question or anything they want to ask or add? Everyone's good? Okie doke. Well, we will end this call. And Lainey, I'll chat with you. Thanks all for hopping on. Yay.
I'm going to grab my phone real quick and then we can FaceTime.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks, Megan.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, Megan.
You're welcome.